and AM 1160, our Indiana County Veterans Providers Group. Visit this morning, and I can't get Diann on the phone. I'm trying my hardest to call her cell, can't get through to her, but thankfully she has a Brigadier General Jerry Otterbein arranged to come visit with us today, and he's on the line with us. He is U.S. Air Force retired, PNGAS Veterans Action Council, which is a good place for us to start our conversation. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. General, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Todd, and to all your listeners. I do want to take a moment just to thank you for taking the time to put time in your program for veterans and reaching out like this. It's nice to have a place in the community.
Well, it's great to have you with us here today. Tell me about the PNGAS Veterans Action Council, of which you are a member.
Sure. So PNGAS is the Pennsylvania National Guard Association, and the main role of PNGAS is to ensure that the Army and the Air National Guard has the equipment and training they need to do their state and federal missions. They also have a role in taking care and helping the roughly 800,000 veterans in the state of Pennsylvania. And maybe some of your listeners don't know that Pennsylvania is the third largest state for veteran population in the nation. And so PNGAS stood up the Veteran Action Council, which I chair. And what we do is we try to find ways to support the veteran population. And we do that with a partnership working with the Department of Military and Veteran Affairs. They are the top level within the state for veterans through the Office of Veterans Affairs. And we like to say that DMVA is the quarterback, and we play a supporting role for what they're doing out there. Limited budget with DMVA. However, they have been working very hard to create an outreach program for veterans across the state through their regional program outreach that they've been doing. And also they have something called the PA Vet Connect. It's a one-stop shop for veterans looking for ways to connect with the VA. So we focus very closely working with the MVA. But we have some things that we do that are alone and separate, one of which is legislation. We do focus on veteran legislation because there is a lot of legislation that makes it into Congress up in the State House in Pennsylvania. And but PNGAS takes a very focused approach to veteran legislation. Because there's so much legislation, we don't take a shotgun approach. We take a very focused approach, and we will concentrate on 2 or 3 pieces of legislation per year, and we try to get as much support behind that legislation to get it passed.
And I got to tell you, Jerry, that PNGAS is a much cooler sounding name than PNGAS.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. That's how we. That's what we call ourselves as PNGAS.
I like it. I like it a lot. I want to talk a little bit about the ways that you operate, and that legislative agenda that you were just talking about is a pretty important aspect of it. It's really key that folks in Harrisburg sort of knock down some of the barriers that are out there for veterans, isn't it? And they can do that in a number of ways.
Yes. So there's so much legislation that is well-meaning, but at times there's legislation that's what we consider more important than others. So, for instance, last year we really focused on Senate Bill 976, which had to do with veteran courts. Veteran courts is a very, very successful program that focuses on veterans that fall on the wrong side of the law. They get in trouble. Mm-hmm. It specifically has programs in place to get veterans back on their feet and productive citizens. They have almost a 95% success rate in getting veterans out of our court system and, as I said, back to being productive members of society. And so this Senate bill that we supported did pass, and it was signed into law, and it expanded the veterans courts out across the state of Pennsylvania. So that was a great success.
Are veterans courts now operating in all or some high percentage of Indiana or of Pennsylvania's counties?
There are quite a few counties that do not have veteran courts. There's a number of reasons for that. However, what this piece of legislation did was allow a veteran who may have had an infraction in one county have the case transferred to a county that does have a veterans court. Mm-hmm. So it did have a significant impact across the state. Really, really good piece of legislation.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk as well about the marketing campaign, helping veterans get the benefits they earned. That has been a continuing problem for veterans, and sometimes it's because they just don't want to get involved in the various processes that are required, and sometimes it's because there are, again, barriers and obstacles in the way of getting those services. So let's talk about the ways that PennGas can help veterans become aware of what's out there for them.
Well, you're correct in that there's a number of different layers that a veteran can enter into the process to get benefits through the federal VA system, through DMVA. They could also enter in through the county VA system, and then the veteran service organizations like the VFW and the American Legion. And so it can be a little overwhelming or daunting sometimes for our veterans trying to figure out what's the best avenue to reach out to be able to get benefits that they may be in need of. And we always encourage them to reach out to veteran service officers. And all four of those layers have veteran service officers embedded within them. And their main role, their sole job, is to be experts in how to get a veteran in touch with the benefits that they need. And so PennGas is one of our roles with the VAC is to help facilitate that and make that process smoother. There's also some other things that PennGas is doing. That there's a couple of other councils involved. There's an Education Action Council and a Business Action Council, and their focus is also on veterans. And for instance, with the Education Action Council, they have set up a guard-friendly school program, which allows veterans to have preferential choice as far as putting their classes together and getting more transferable credits, with their military service. Business Action Council has a jobs board. There's over 2,000 jobs right now in that board. And so PennGas, through a number of councils, is continually reaching out to veterans and doing our best to get them the benefits and trying to make trying to break down some of these barriers that they're facing.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry, let me take you down and then bring you right back so we can have Diann Overman join the call. We're going to put Jerry on hold, and as I did, I think I lost Diann again. So let's see. Jerry, you're back, right? No, Jerry's not back either. We lost them both. Well, I hate when that happens. So Jerry is gone and Diann is gone. They both should have still been there with me, but they're both gone. That's not good. So what we'll do is we'll try morning, and I assume both of you are with us. Diann, good morning to you. It's first we've had a chance to talk with you. It sounds like PennGas is in a tremendous program, and Indiana County really needs to have a program such as this in place.
Absolutely. Good morning, Jerry. I'm glad you could join us.
Good morning,
yes, Jerry. PennGas joined us last year. I was able to sit in on several of the meetings. It is a great resource for the Veteran Providers Group to have this type of group, that really advances legislation and helping veterans and on initiatives with the Department of Military. So we're very fortunate to have him come to the table for our Veteran Providers Group.
And again, Brigadier General Jerry Otterbein. Jerry, talk about, if you would, working with Indiana County folks specifically in your realm.
Absolutely. So Diann does a fantastic job out there in Indiana County. Lots of information that comes out of her region and gets distributed. And one of the other roles that we do as the PennGas VAC is so with regard to veterans, the best way for the veteran nonprofits to work with veterans is on a local basis. And Diann does a great job out there in that region. However, there are times when there's synergies being lost or synergies that haven't been tapped into where you can take that information and distribute it out across the state. Not just information, but resources as well. For instance, I think there was an organization out your way, Diann, that had gotten a large donation of blue jeans for homeless veterans. The number 200 sticks in my mind, but it was a great gift, and these were brand new blue jeans. However, that's a lot of blue jeans, and so we were able to put the word out to other nonprofits out across the state that are also working with their veterans and getting those excess jeans distributed out across the state. And so that's a win-win for everybody. But being able to be a conduit for that connectivity, I think, is important for our veterans, across the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Diann, we only have a couple of seconds left, but that's a tremendous thing, and that really speaks to the cooperation that is needed, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and the Veteran Providers Group, again, is the best resource. If you serve veterans in any way, as far as housing, medical, employment, education, you want to be at our table because we are a great resource for everybody. Real quickly, we do have a couple events coming up. We do have the MVO, which is the Military Veteran Outdoors. We'll be having their family picnic on June 5th. They're really encouraging present members, prospective members, and families included. That information will be on our Facebook page, as well as the Flags for Heroes with the Rotary Club here in Indiana County. All that information is on our Facebook page, so make sure you connect there.
Very good. Jerry, Diann, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS. WCCS.